Hi everyone, my name is Marc Bates. I'm a metabolic health coach, and today's topic is cellular restoration, unlocking the power of carnivore diets. Okay, here we go. Do you understand how plant sterols damage your biology and why carnivore diets help rebuild it? Well, modern diets often compromise cell membranes, the cornerstone of health. Plant sterols and seed oils, the silent disruptors, threaten the delicate balance between you and your environment. Understanding this cellular disruption unveils the transformative potential of a carnivore diet, which has led many to experience profound improvements. The science behind these improvements isn't just about macronutrients or calories. It's about restoring proper cellular architecture from the inside out. Okay. The critical role of cholesterol in cell membranes. Cell membranes serve as sophisticated barriers that control what enters and exits every cell in your body. Their proper function depends on a precise balance of lipids, fats, with cholesterol playing a starring role. Now, cholesterol, a major player in plasma membranes, performs many structural and functional roles crucial for physical integrity. It's the guardian of membrane fluidity, ensuring it stays within a narrow functional range, preventing membranes from becoming too rigid or too fluid. This balancing act is crucial for cellular function. When cholesterol levels are optimal, membranes maintain their structural integrity while allowing necessary flexibility for cellular processes. Saturated fats complement cholesterol in this architectural framework. Together, they create a resilient yet dynamic cellular boundary that protects internal components while facilitating communication with the external environment. How plant sterols disrupt cellular architecture. Plant sterols, such as cytosterol, camptosterol, and stigmasterol, structurally resemble cholesterol, but function differently in human cell membranes. This similarity allows them to integrate into membrane structures without the detrimental effects, but with detrimental effects, When consumed in excess through vegetable oils and plant-based foods, these compounds compete with cholesterol for incorporation into cell membranes. The result is compromised membrane integrity and function. Plant sterols can also cross the blood-brain barrier, but cannot be oxidized enzymatically because of their alkyl moiety on C24. That's part of their structure. That's a little different from cholesterol. This can potentially disrupt cholesterol homeostasis, which can be harmful to brain function. Okay? Your brain is made up mostly of fat and cholesterol. This disruption extends beyond the brain. Proper membrane composition is essential for every cell in your body, and substituting cholesterol with plant sterols creates systematic issues. Polyunsaturated fatty acids, PUFAs, from seed oils compound this problem. Their unstable chemical structure makes them prone to oxidation, introducing free radicals that further damage cell membranes. The biological persistence of plant sterols, and this is where it really gets dangerous. Understanding how long these disruptive compounds remain in your body reveals why dietary changes may take time to show results. Different tissues have varying rates of lipid turnover. With their 120-day lifespan approximately, red blood cells offer a window into how quickly some cellular restoration can occur. New red blood cells with improved membrane composition will form within 4 months of dietary change. Skin cells turn over more rapidly, typically within 30 days. This explains why many people report improvements in skin health within the first month of adopting a carnivore diet. However, deeper tissues tell a different story. Adipose tissue, it's the fat cells, organ cells, and neural tissues, retain lipids much longer. with complete turnover potentially taking 18 to 24 months. This extended timeline explains why some health improvements manifest long after the initial dietary change. As tissues regenerate, the body gradually replaces disrupted cell membranes with properly structured ones. Increased levels of plant sterols in plasma are not just markers for an inherited lipid storage disease, but potential harbingers of accelerated arteriosclerosis. Right? That's hardening of the arteries. This demonstrates the potentially harmful effects of excessive plant sterol accumulation, challenging the common belief that plant sterols universally benefit cardiovascular health. This finding challenges the common belief that plant sterols, right, help because their accumulation may actually contribute to the problems they claim to prevent. How the carnivore diet can help restore cellular integrity. The carnivore diet, or a ketogenic diet made up mostly of animal-based foods, represents a radical departure from modern dietary patterns. Eliminating plant foods entirely removes the sources of plant sterols and seed oils that disrupt cell membranes. Animal-based foods provide cholesterol and saturated fats, ideal building blocks for cell membrane restoration. These nutrients support proper membrane fluidity and function. The transition to a carnivore diet initiates a progressive replacement of compromised cell membranes with properly structured ones. This replacement occurs at different rates throughout the body. As we talked about, blood markers may improve within weeks. Skin and digestive tissues show changes within 1 to 2 months. Deeper tissues continue to regenerate over 1 to 2 years. This explains the common experience of continued health improvements long after the initial dietary change. Cellular function improves throughout the body as more tissues complete the regeneration cycle. Okay, real quick, if you would please, subscribe, like, hit the bell if you want to be notified. It does help this channel a great deal, and I thank you in advance. Okay, cellular benefits beyond membrane structure. Restoring proper cell membrane composition yields benefits extending beyond basic structure. Properly functioning membranes support enhanced mitochondrial function. Mitochondria, these are the cellular power plants, it's where all your energy that runs your body come from, depend on proper membrane composition to generate energy efficiently. Restored membranes support optimal ATP production. Remember, membranes around the cell are what let in either fatty acids or glucose into the cell so they can go into the mitochondria to be turned into energy. If your cell membranes aren't working properly, you may not be getting the energy you need. Improved nutrient transport. Cell membranes control the passage of nutrients into cells. Properly structured membranes facilitate efficient nutrient delivery while maintaining appropriate barriers. Optimize hormone sensitivity. Cell surface receptors embedded in membranes respond to hormones like insulin. Proper membrane composition ensures cellular responsiveness to these regulatory signals. Remember, if the membranes aren't working properly, the hormones, you may be producing the right amount of hormones, but they may not be getting into the cells to do the work that they need to. And finally, reduced inflammation. Disrupted cell membranes trigger inflammatory responses. Restoring proper membrane structure reduces this chronic inflammatory signaling. These cellular improvements, which include increased energy, improved mental clarity, better skin health, and enhanced digestive function, are just the beginning. The comprehensive benefits of the carnivore diet will leave you feeling reassured and confident in your dietary choices. Okay. Evidence of cellular restoration. While formal research on the carnivore diet remains limited, several lines of evidence, including case reports and animal studies, support its potential for cellular restoration. This scientific backing will leave you feeling informed and knowledgeable about the benefits of the carnivore diet. Case reports document significant improvements in inflammatory conditions. autoimmune disorders, and metabolic dysfunction. These improvements align with what we would expect from restored cellular membrane function. Blood markers often show normalization of inflammatory indicators and improved lipid profiles, reflecting systematic improvements in cellular health. Tissue biopsies in animal studies demonstrate that dietary changes can alter membrane composition, supporting the biological possibility of cellular restoration through diet. The timeline of reported improvement matches the expected tissue turnover rates. Initial benefits appear in rapidly regenerating tissues, with continued improvements as slower turnover tissues regenerate. The metabolic flexibility connection. Proper cell membrane composition supports metabolic flexibility and the ability to switch between different fuel sources efficiently. This capacity depends on functional cell membranes that facilitate proper signaling and transport. When plant sterols and seed oils disrupt membrane composition, metabolic inflexibility often results. Cells struggle to respond appropriately to changing energy demands and nutrient availability. The carnivore diet restores proper membrane composition and enhances metabolic flexibility. This improvement manifests as stable energy levels, reduced hunger, and improved exercise performance. The connection between membrane composition and metabolic function explains why dietary changes that restore proper cellular architecture yield such wide-ranging benefits. Practical implications for dietary transitions. Understanding the biological timeline of cellular restoration helps set realistic expectations when transforming to a carnivore or a ketogenic diet. Initial adaptation, 1 to 4 weeks. The body adjusts to new macronutrient ratios and produces new cells with improved membrane composition. Some people experience adaptation systems during this phase, especially if they go a little too quickly. We like to take 4 weeks to switch from eating a carb-heavy diet to no carbs. Take your transition into this. It helps. Early improvements the first 1 to 3 months. Rapidly regenerating tissues show benefits. Skin, digestive tract, and blood cells reflect improved membrane composition. Your continued progress in 3 to 12 months. Slower turnover tissues show improvements. Energy production, hormone sensitivity, and inflammation continue to improve. Give yourself time for this to happen. Long-term restoration, 1 to 2 years. Deep tissue regeneration completes. The full benefits of cellular restoration become apparent as all tissues reflect improved membrane composition. This progressive timeline explains why patience matters when making significant dietary changes. The most profound benefits often emerge after complete cellular turnover. You'll see a lot of great benefits early on, but give yourself time for everything to go into play. Beyond cell membranes, additional benefits. While cell membrane restoration represents a primary mechanism, the carnivore diet offers additional benefits that support cellular health. Reduce oxidative stress. Eliminating plant compounds that promote oxidation reduces cellular damage from free radicals. Improve protein availability. Animal proteins provide complete amino acid profiles that support cellular repair and regeneration. Enhance nutrient density. Animal foods contain highly bioavailable forms of essential nutrients that support cellular function. And finally, eliminated anti-nutrients. Removing plant anti-nutrients improves the absorption of minerals necessary for cellular processes. These factors synergize with membrane restoration to enhance overall cellular health and function. So your conclusion, the cellular restoration timeline. The damage caused by plant sterols and seed oils to cell membranes represents a fundamental disruption to human biology. Understanding this disruption explains why the carnivore diet often produces profound health improvements. The timeline for complete cellular restoration spans approximately 2 years, with benefits appearing progressively as different tissues regenerate. This extended timeline highlights the importance of patience and consistency when making dietary changes aimed at cellular health. Recognizing this biological timeline helps set realistic expectations for those considering a carnivore diet. The most noticeable improvements often emerge within months, but the full benefits continue to develop as deeper tissues complete their regeneration cycles. Restoring proper cellular architecture through appropriate dietary fats represents a fundamental approach to health that addresses root causes rather than symptoms. The carnivore diet supports the foundation of human biology by providing the building blocks for optimal cell membrane composition. Alright, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the appropriate section. If you have any ideas of something you would like me to cover in the next video, please let me know and we'll get working on that. We are a community and we're here to help you. Thank you very much.